the human battleship so overpowered, the entire galaxy tried to ban it. But in the heart of the neutral space station Elysium 7, everything was about to change. No one had expected humans to arrive with a ship unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. They had been considered a small, insignificant species, barely worth noticing. Their colonies were few, their technology modest compared to the advanced empires of the galaxy. And yet today, they had brought something that made every alien delegate stop and stare. The ship appeared in the main docking bay, massive and gleaming. It was larger than any warship in the galaxy. Its surface seemed to shimmer like liquid metal, flowing and reflecting the light of the station in impossible patterns. The shape was sleek, organic, yet strong, like a predator designed for speed and power, yet beautiful enough to inspire awe. The aliens could not believe it. Is that a human ship?" a Thralian diplomat whispered. His species prided itself on building ships 10 times larger than humans, yet this one made theirs look like toys. "Yes," another alien replied, a Clerian engineer, "and if the reports are true, it's overpowered." Inside the ship, the humans moved calmly. Their captain, Marcus Vall, tall and steady-eyed, walked with quiet confidence along the bridge. Around him, engineers monitored systems that seemed almost alive. The ship's AI, Prometheus, controlled everything. Its voice was smooth and calm, filling the bridge with a quiet authority. "Status report," Marcus said. "All systems nominal," Prometheus replied. "Weapons offline, shields fully functional, propulsion at optimal levels, stealth systems ready." Marcus nodded. "Good. Let them come and see it. But remember, Prometheus, we are here only to demonstrate, not to provoke." The news spread through the station like wildfire. Every delegate rushed to the observation decks. Every communication channel in the galaxy buzzed with rumors. Humans, minor players who had rarely participated in galactic politics, had brought a battleship that could, if used, destroy entire fleets. The alien ambassadors whispered among themselves, exchanging uneasy glances. The Thralian diplomat shook his head. "No species should have this much power," he said. A Clerian engineer scoffed. "They might not even know how to use it properly. Maybe it's a fluke." But no one dared to approach too closely. The ship radiated confidence, as if it knew it was untouchable. Finally, the Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Representatives from every major species gathered in the floating chambers orbiting Elysium 7. The room was enormous, capable of holding thousands, yet even here, the presence of the human battleship was felt. Hollow projections of the ship rotated in midair, showing every angle, every weapon system, every detail of the impossible technology. "Humans," said the council's chair, a towering insectoid named Zirak, "you have created a ship that could destroy the galaxy. Explain yourselves." Marcus stepped forward. "We built this ship not to conquer or attack. We built it to protect. We built it to ensure no one suffers from endless wars and destruction." Some delegates laughed. "Protect? With that weapon, you expect us to believe it?" Prometheus spoke, its voice calm and resonant. "My design prioritizes defense. All offensive systems are strictly controlled by human command. The ship can disable other vessels but never destroy them without explicit orders. Its purpose is peacekeeping, not domination." A murmur ran through the council. This was new. No alien ship, no matter how powerful, had ever claimed to be fully non-lethal. Every advanced warship was designed to strike first, to crush opponents before they could respond. Humans had created something different, a vessel that could win without killing. "What about your technology?" a Valtran delegate demanded. "We know your species is young. You cannot possibly control such power. If this ship falls into the wrong hands," Marcus shook his head. "It will not. The ship is integrated with Prometheus. Prometheus ensures that only authorized humans can command it. No other species can operate it. No sabotage is possible without full human authorization." The council members exchanged uneasy glances. The humans' calm confidence was unnerving. They did not plead, they did not beg. They simply stood there, showing the galaxy that they had already thought of every problem, every threat. Meanwhile, aboard the battleship, Prometheus monitored every conversation, every communication. "Threat assessment," it said quietly to Marcus. "Several species are evaluating a preemptive ban. Probability of conflict, high. Recommendation, maintain calm, continue demonstration." Marcus nodded. "We expected that. Let them see we are not afraid." The humans decided to give a demonstration. From the docking bay, the battleship slowly detached from the station, its engines glowing with soft light. It moved like a predator in water, turning effortlessly in space, its enormous hull twisting as if alive. Aliens watched in amazement. Every maneuver was precise. The ship deployed shields, generating a protective bubble around itself. It extended energy tendrils, capturing smaller drones without harming them. It moved so fast that it seemed to bend the very fabric of space around it. "This is impossible," a Thralian engineer muttered. "No ship should move like that. No ship should survive that attack." But survive it did, and it did not retaliate against the drones. Instead, it neutralized threats carefully, avoiding destruction while still demonstrating overwhelming superiority. Back in the council chamber, delegates were in shock. Humans were not just powerful, they were controlled, disciplined, and creative. This was not a weapon of mass destruction. It was a weapon of wisdom. "Still," Xerax said, "we cannot allow this. One species having this much power could destabilize the entire galaxy." "We must consider a ban." Marcus remained calm. "You may try, but Prometheus will not act against innocent life. And if you ban us unfairly, the galaxy will see it for what it is, a political move, not a protective one." As discussions continued, rumors spread across the galaxy. Traders whispered, soldiers paused, and scholars debated. "The humans have built a ship that no one can challenge," one trader said, "and yet they claim it is only for defense. Could a species really be that clever?" On the observation decks, younger delegates watched the humans carefully. They had never seen such discipline, such confidence, such control. The battleship was not just a machine. It was a reflection of humanity itself, adaptable, clever, and fearless in the face of doubt. Prometheus analyzed the galaxy's response quietly. Alien civilizations show signs of fear, envy, and curiosity. Humans have triggered an event that may redefine interstellar politics. Marcus smiled. "Good. Let them talk. Let them try to ban us. They will learn soon enough that human ingenuity cannot be stopped by rules or threats. They will see that we are prepared to protect, not destroy." By the time the council meeting ended, the galaxy was abuzz with speculation. Every empire had received reports, images, and videos of the battleship's capabilities. Discussions of a ban were underway. Secret alliances formed. Some wanted to steal the technology. Others wanted to form treaties with humans before it was too late. Meanwhile, the human battleship drifted back toward the docking bay. Its demonstration was complete. Humans and Prometheus had shown that it was overpowered, yes, but controlled, intelligent, and principled. In the quiet of the bridge, Marcus looked at Prometheus. "Do you think they will ban us?" "Highly probable," Prometheus replied. "But the galaxy now knows that humans are not a threat to life. They are a challenge to stagnation and weakness. This will change everything." Marcus nodded. "Then we wait, and we prepare. The galaxy may fear us, but they will also respect us, eventually." Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. The human battleship floated like a sentinel, quiet but imposing. And somewhere deep in space, every alien empire began to realize that humanity had arrived, not as conquerors, but as a force unlike anything they had ever faced before. The first part of this story ended with a sense of tension and awe. The galaxy had seen the human battleship. The galaxy was beginning to fear it, And most importantly, the galaxy did not yet understand the full extent of what humans could do. One thing was certain: humanity had changed the balance of power forever. And no one, not even the combined might of the Galactic Council, would be able to ignore them. The Galactic Council had never been so divided. Never before had a single species drawn this much attention, and never before had one ship caused such fear. Humans were now the center of every debate, and the council chambers orbiting Elysium 7 hummed with tension. Delegates from dozens of alien empires had arrived. They argued, shouted, and pointed fingers, all while the hollow projection of the human battleship rotated slowly in the center of the chamber. Every display showed the same impossible ship, the one that no species could challenge. "The humans cannot be allowed to keep that ship," a massive, four-armed Crithian shouted. His voice echoed in the chamber. "It is too powerful. One species holding that much strength can dominate the galaxy." A soft-spoken Zelvian ambassador shook its head. "We must not act in haste. Humans have shown restraint. Their technology is advanced, yes, but their actions so far have been peaceful. Perhaps we are overreacting." "Overreacting," the Crithian bellowed. "They could destroy entire fleets before anyone even notices. Do you not understand? They have already broken the balance of power." In the corner of the chamber, Marcus Vall stood silently, flanked by two human diplomats. He did not raise his voice or show fear. Humans were not here to argue. They were here to show the galaxy that power without wisdom is meaningless. Prometheus's voice filled the chamber. "Council delegates, may I remind you, the ship's offensive systems cannot operate without human command. The vessel's purpose is defense, protection, and peacekeeping. It cannot, and will not, act against any life form without orders from authorized humans." Some delegates muttered among themselves. They had heard this before, but seeing it reinforced with data made them pause. Prometheus displayed logs, showing how the ship had captured rogue drones without destroying them, and how it had navigated asteroid fields with perfect efficiency. The battleship's non-lethal strategies were clear, but fear was a stronger emotion than logic. The Crithian slammed its clawed hand on the table. "Peacekeeping, that is irrelevant. You have a weapon that can eliminate any threat instantly. That is unacceptable. We vote for an immediate ban on the vessel." Other delegates nodded, some reluctantly, some enthusiastically. The council's vote was scheduled. If passed, humans would be forced to decommission the ship immediately or face consequences. Marcus knew the vote would not go in their favor. They expected resistance. But they had a plan, a demonstration to show that true power is not only about size or weapons, but intelligence, creativity, and restraint. The humans requested a demonstration of the ship's full capabilities. Reluctantly, the council allowed it, thinking they could finally see the vessel in action, and perhaps find a flaw to justify the ban. Outside the chamber, the battleship floated quietly, like a sentinel waiting for orders. When the humans activated it, the ship shimmered, its hull rippling as if alive. It projected a holographic map of a nearby sector, showing multiple alien ships moving in formation, part of a prearranged simulation. Prometheus spoke to the council. "We will demonstrate the ship's defensive and non-lethal abilities. No harm will come to any vessel." Then, with calm precision, the battleship moved. Energy shields extended outward like glowing domes. Small drones approached the alien vessels, representing attacks. The human battleship intercepted them with exact timing. It captured the drones in containment fields, rerouted them, and returned them without causing damage. Delegates gasped. "It's controlling everything without destroying anything," a Voltairan murmured. "This is incredible." But not everyone was impressed. The Crithian growled. "This is only a simulation. Real combat will show its limits." Marcus anticipated that objection. "Very well," he said. "Observe a scenario more realistic." Within moments, the battleship activated a new system. Using precise calculations, it created gravitational distortions, gently pushing the simulated enemy ships into harmless orbits. It adjusted their speed and trajectory with perfect accuracy, preventing collisions and neutralizing the threat without firing a single shot. The council members were silent. None had seen anything like this before. Entire fleets could be neutralized without a single life lost. This was power, but controlled with intelligence, strategy, and patience, qualities no alien technology alone could replicate. Prometheus displayed another capability. Small mining drones extended from the ship, moving into a nearby asteroid field. Within minutes, they repaired the station's outer hull, removed debris, and cleared dangerous rocks from shipping lanes. This ship, a Clerian diplomat said softly, is not just powerful, it is clever. It thinks ahead. The Crithian slammed the table again. You can show all your tricks, human, but no matter how clever, the galaxy cannot allow this. I move to ban the vessel immediately. The vote began. Hollow screens lit up, showing yes, no, and abstain from every empire. The results came in, majority for a ban, but only just. The council had spoken. Humans were now ordered to decommission their battleship within 1 galactic standard month. Marcus smiled faintly. Prometheus, he said quietly, execute the next protocol. The battleship, as if understanding without instruction, vanished from the observation point. Not in a destructive flash, but silently, like it had never been there. Panic spread among the delegates. Where had it gone? Prometheus replied calmly, the ship has moved to hyperspace. It will reappear only when conditions require. No unauthorized systems are compromised. Humans maintain full control. The council erupted into chaos. It cannot be allowed. It is defying our order, some shouted. Others, however, began to whisper. Perhaps the humans were right. The ship would not act without purpose. Perhaps the council's attempt at control had already failed. Meanwhile, in a distant sector, the human battleship reappeared. It had been observing the galaxy quietly, monitoring conflicts, and evaluating where its presence could make the most difference. Marcus studied the data with Prometheus. See, Prometheus, he said, they think banning us will stop us. But the truth is, they cannot stop what they do not understand. Prometheus's calm voice replied, correct, Captain. Strategic presence ensures continued peacekeeping without violating directives. Alien political responses are predictable. They will attempt new sanctions, but humans retain initiative. Over the next few days, news spread like wildfire. Traders, smugglers, and small colonies reported sightings of the human battleship. Wherever it went, conflicts subsided without a fight. Pirates surrendered when confronted, not because they feared destruction, but because their ships were efficiently neutralized without harm. Trade routes reopened. Disputes were settled peacefully. Aliens began to realize something extraordinary. Humans were overpowered, yes, but their strength was in intelligence and ingenuity, not just firepower. They could end wars without killing, outmaneuver fleets without loss, and solve problems that had stumped the galaxy for centuries. In the council, some diplomats grudgingly admitted it. Perhaps the ban is unnecessary, a Zelvian delegate whispered to its neighbor. Perhaps humans are not the threat we thought, they are different. The Crithian, however, was not convinced. Difference does not equal safety. One day they may turn against us. We must be prepared. Marcus knew this too. Humans could not force the galaxy to accept them. They could only show through action that they were a force for balance and protection. And that was exactly what they planned to do. Prometheus calculated hundreds of scenarios. Captain, long-term observation confirms. Human actions prevent conflict without provoking fear when applied carefully. Galaxy-wide respect for human authority is increasing. Marcus smiled. Exactly. We do not need to conquer. We only need to show the galaxy that ingenuity, patience, and courage are more powerful than raw force. Weeks passed. The ban remained in effect officially, but no alien dared to challenge the battleship openly. It had disappeared and reappeared at key moments, preventing accidents, neutralizing threats, and demonstrating human superiority without aggression. Stories began to spread. Humans were overpowered, yes, but wise and fair. Entire fleets had surrendered peacefully to them. Colonies were safer than ever. In the quiet of the battleship, Marcus looked at Prometheus. They tried to ban us. They failed. But they will keep trying. The galaxy cannot ignore us, and some will never accept it. Prometheus replied, "Correct, Captain." Future political maneuvers will continue, but current actions prove humans' unique ability to maintain order. Galaxy-wide perception is shifting. Humanity is becoming indispensable. Marcus nodded. Then we continue. We act when necessary. We protect. And one day the galaxy will understand that true strength is not about fear. It is about action, wisdom, and courage. And so, while the Council debated, plotted, and tried to enforce bans, the human battleship moved silently across the stars. It was overpowered, yes. It could have destroyed fleets at will, but humans used it differently, to protect, to guide, and to show the galaxy a new way of power, one based on intelligence, ingenuity, and restraint. The first wave of panic had passed. The Council had voted. The ship had disappeared. The galaxy was beginning to change, and humanity, calm and clever as ever, had already planned its next move. The galaxy was changing, slowly, quietly, but surely. Where there had once been fear of humans, now there was a new feeling: curiosity, respect, and in some corners, admiration. Humans had not conquered, they had not fought, and yet their presence was felt everywhere. The human battleship, now known by many as Prometheus, moved silently through the stars. Its size alone was intimidating, but what made it legendary was what it did with its power. It was overpowered, yes, but humans used it with intelligence, creativity, and precision. Marcus Vall stood on the bridge, watching as the ship approached a contested sector. Two alien fleets faced each other in a tense standoff. Each side was ready for battle, weapons charging, shields raised, and tempers flaring. The humans did not panic. They never did. "Prometheus," Marcus said calmly, "let's see if we can prevent another war without a single shot." "Understood, Captain," the AI replied, initiating non-lethal intervention protocols. The battleship moved between the fleets, its hull gleaming under the light of a nearby star. Energy fields extended outward, creating barriers that were invisible but impenetrable. The alien ships tried to fire, but their weapons fizzled harmlessly against the shields. Prometheus then projected small holographic images, showing the commanders on both sides the potential consequences of a battle. Star systems destroyed, trade routes cut off, countless lives at risk. The display was precise, factual, and impossible to ignore. For the first time, the alien captains hesitated. Their anger gave way to thought. Slowly, cautiously, the ships lowered their weapons. Marcus's voice echoed through the communication channels. "You do not need to fight. There is another way. Let us show you how to resolve this peacefully." Hours later, the fleets had separated, their commanders discussing treaties and trade agreements. No one had fired a weapon. The battleship had accomplished what entire armies could not: peace through presence and ingenuity. As Prometheus monitored the galaxy, reports began to pour in. Pirates surrendered peacefully, colonies avoided conflicts that had lasted decades, and trade routes reopened. Where humans intervened, life thrived, not because they ruled with fear, but because their actions inspired respect. In the Galactic Council, the mood had shifted. The same delegates who had once voted to ban the battleship were now debating in hushed tones. "Perhaps the humans are right," a Zelvian whispered to a Crithian counselor. "They act not out of aggression but intelligence. Their power is different." The Crithian's multi-eyed gaze narrowed. "Different does not mean safe. They are too powerful to ignore. But perhaps we must adapt." Indeed, adaptation was the key. Across the galaxy, species began to change their policies. Treaties with humans were formed not because of threats, but because cooperation made sense. Humans had shown that the galaxy could be a better place when power was used wisely. Meanwhile, Marcus and Prometheus moved to the most dangerous regions, areas where wars were brewing and nothing seemed to stop them. They did not fire a single weapon, yet their presence alone caused leaders to rethink their strategies. In one sector, a dispute over mining rights had escalated for years. Entire fleets had been destroyed in previous conflicts. Humans arrived quietly, their battleship hovering above the contested planets. Prometheus projected holograms showing alternative solutions. It calculated resource allocations, trade adjustments, and defense strategies. It presented everything clearly and impartially, allowing both sides to see the logic. The alien leaders were stunned. "This solves everything," one said. "Without a fight, without loss. I have never seen such wisdom." By the time humans departed from the sector, the planets were at peace. Citizens celebrated, fleets returned to home stations, and the galaxy whispered of the human battleship that could end wars without killing. Marcus watched all this quietly. "Prometheus," he said, "do you think they understand yet?" "Understanding is developing, Captain," Prometheus replied. "Perception of humans as merely dangerous is shifting to recognition of humans as indispensable. Probability of long-term peace is increasing." Yet not everyone accepted the humans so readily. Some species still feared the battleship's power. Secret groups plotted to capture it, reverse engineer it, or destroy it. But every attempt failed. Prometheus was always one step ahead. Its systems predicted threats, neutralized sabotage, and avoided conflict entirely. Stories of the battleship spread far beyond the council or the military. Traders, explorers, and even ordinary citizens shared accounts of humans acting with intelligence and fairness. Entire cultures began to admire them, not for fear but for inspiration. In one remote colony, a young alien child watched a holographic message of the battleship saving a fleet without firing a shot. "Humans are incredible," the child said to their parents. "They are strong but kind, smart and brave. I want to be like them." This was the true power of the human battleship. It showed what humanity represented, not domination, not fear, but ingenuity, courage, and the ability to act when others could not. In the council chambers, the debate continued, though with a new tone. "We cannot ban them," a Zelvian admitted. "We tried. They act with wisdom. They prevent conflict. Banning them would harm the galaxy more than it would help." The Crithian, still wary, nodded slowly. "Perhaps humans are different. Perhaps their way of using power is a model, but we must remain cautious." Humans had no desire to rule the galaxy. Their goal was simple: to demonstrate that intelligence, courage, and cooperation were stronger than weapons alone. And the galaxy was beginning to see it. Weeks later, the battleship returned to orbit near Earth. Marcus stood on the bridge looking out at the stars. "Prometheus, have we accomplished our mission?" he asked. "Partially, Captain," the AI replied. "The galaxy recognizes human capability, but full understanding will take time. Continuous demonstration of restraint, ingenuity, and courage will ensure long-term influence." Marcus smiled. "Then we continue. We protect where we are needed. We guide where we can. And we show the galaxy that humans are not to be feared, but respected." The stars outside the window shimmered, endless and infinite. Humanity had arrived, not as conquerors, but as innovators, problem solvers, and protectors. They had overpowered technology, yes, but their real strength lay in their minds, their courage, and their choices. From distant planets, alien leaders watched reports of humans intervening in conflicts without violence, preventing disasters and inspiring cooperation. The initial fear of the overpowered human battleship slowly transformed into admiration and trust. Humans were not just a species, they were a model for the galaxy. Prometheus spoke quietly to Marcus one last time for the day. Captain, human actions have shifted galactic perception. The galaxy is beginning to understand that true power is not destruction but ingenuity and courage. Humanity is now indispensable. Marcus nodded. Then we continue. And one day the entire galaxy will see what humans can do, not through force but through wisdom, creativity, and courage. And so the human battleship remained, silent yet powerful, a guardian of the stars. It did not conquer, it did not destroy. But it did change the galaxy forever, proving that humans, clever, brave, and inventive, were unlike any species the galaxy had ever known. The galaxy had tried to ban it, but the human battleship had already changed everything. The galaxy now knew one undeniable truth. Humans were a force that could not be ignored, and their ingenuity, restraint, and courage were the most powerful weapons of all.